All right. I wanted to let you know that I was super duper proud of your writing that you did of your small moment story. And I think that one of the reasons that it went so well is because we were really good at making a plan before we wrote. Please put that at your desk. Did you know that even grown-up writers like, I don't know, Mary Pope Osborne that writes Magic Tree House, or Dave Pilkey who writes Dog Man, or oh, who else do we know? Captain Underpants. I can't remember that. I think, does Dave Pilkey write those too? I can't remember. And the Like a Dragon books. Yes. What? Yes. Those authors have to make a plan before they write, because if they don't, Sophia, here's what happens. They get all excited and they start to write and 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 write, and then they're like, oh, and then they get lost in their ideas and they start writing a whole nother idea in the middle of their first idea, and it gets really messy. Sometimes if first graders don't write, they will do this. They will write their whole story on the first page and have nothing left to write in the middle or right in the end. Or they will write one idea on the first page and then a whole new idea on the second page and then a whole nother event on the third page. And that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to tell about one small moment and tell the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. So in order to do that, we need to make a plan. So I want to tell you about what planning will look like as first graders. Okay? So repeat after me. Touch and tell, sketch then write. Let's do it one more time. Touch and tell, sketch then write. So notice those words are up here on our poster to help us remember. Touch and tell, sketch then write. Write's not till down here, but we're talking about the plan part. So what does that mean to touch and tell? You know, we never wrote the story of My Spilled Markers, did we? We never made that book. So let's do that. Let's practice planning with that story. So, yes. Oh, good. I'm glad you do, because that's what we're going to use first, right? It was just on Wednesday, yeah. Exactly, right? Okay. Yep. Okay. I love it because we did kind of plan through it, didn't we? You guys all remember there were 3 parts to the story. I got the markers, I dropped the markers, we picked up the markers. So that's the idea, but it's not really the story. So notice the word tell here. So in this think bubble, if I wrote, got the markers, dropped the markers, picked up the markers, would that be a very fun story? So I'm going to actually plan through what I want to write. Okay, so here we go. I am going to touch and tell. One day at Writer's Workshop, I went to get the markers. Then, should I start drawing? No, I want to touch and tell the whole story before I start writing. Okay, so let's practice this one again. One day, I went at Writer's Workshop, I went to get the markers. I want you to try this one. Okay, so pretend you have a paper in front of you, touch it. What are you going to say to yourself next? Go ahead. You have to them to the fortress, and then you bought them. Okay. You know what I loved hearing? I loved hearing the word then. Those are good words to make sure that your story is in order, right? Okay. Oh, funny. Okay. So first, one day at Writer's Workshop, I went to get the markers. Then I dropped the markers everywhere, all over the floor. Luckily, my friends helped me pick all of them up. All right. Did I touch the page?
No.
Yes. Did I tell the story?
Yeah.
Just the first page or the whole story? The whole story. So the next part says sketch. Touch and tell, sketch, then write. So what does sketch means to draw a quick picture, right? Really, the picture is what's going to help me go back and add the words later. So here we go. I'm going to draw a quick picture. One day at morning meeting, I went to get the markers. Or at writer's workshop, I went to get the markers. Okay, so I had this tray, right? And I had this, and it had all the markers in it. Yes, but I'm just drawing a quick sketch. Okay, so I can come back to it and remember what I was going to write. Then I dropped the markers everywhere. So here I'm going to draw all of you guys. And I'm going to draw markers everywhere. One even went under a desk. Oh my goodness. That is such a cool detail that I had forgotten. So I better draw that desk right here. And then like just part of a marker sticking out of it. Should we do that? I just did it quick. Luckily, all the kids helped me pick them up. So I'm going to draw, well, for right now, I am. And they all have markers in their hands.
I know.
And then here's the cup. And they put them back in the cup.
You should have like not thrown it.
Oh, okay, to put them back in the tray.
In the middle,
Okay.
you should have had it like not thrown.
I could have. Yes, somewhere in that middle picture, it needs to have the bucket. You're right, me with the bucket. Okay.
But like,
touch and tell, sketch. And really the sketch just helps me remember what the story is so then I can go back and I can write the story. Okay, so I sketched quickly so that I don't forget my ideas. I can always go back and add details to those pictures, right? Now, what's the last step? Touch and tell, sketch. Then I need to write my story. Did I write all of the first page all at once? No. Notice that I told touch and tell the whole story, and then I sketch, and then I can go back and write one day, and then I would keep going, right? I'm not going to keep going right now because that would take us a lot of time from our lesson. All right, so I'm not going to keep going through all of the writing part. All right, it is now time for you to think about a new story. We're going to do it again. Okay, so remember, we are going to think of a thing that happened to us. So far, I need to ask that question of somebody else. I'm not sure. You need to think of something little, not a big vacation, not a whole day long thing, something little that has happened to you. I like how Evie's showing me she's thinking. Grayson's showing me he's thinking. Thinking. Thumbs up when you can have an idea. Today's been a pretty exciting day. Lots of things have happened. Maybe there's an event from today. Okay. Don't just think. We're only on this step. Thumbs up when you've thought of your idea. All right. Now you are going to touch and tell your story to a neighbor. Okay?